Fair Use Act disclaimer, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976 is invoked for this video. Hello everybody, Brother Nicholas James Vanderlane here. Today's October 15th, 2019. This video is being broadcasted from Jerusalem, Israel. This video is made to expose Leeland Jones's delusions and demonic heresy, and also his lies. Ephesians 6:12 says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." In this video, I will be exposing a demonic heresy that Leeland has been seducing his followers with for more than 6 years that is borderline blasphemous. Also, I will be exposing Leeland as an imposter son of man, whom Leeland claims to be. Master Yeshua warned us there would be many imposters, and I will be proving that Leeland claims to be this son of man figure. So the first video that I want to draw to your attention is this video. The temple is opened, worship in it. And basically this video is almost 16 minutes long, and Leeland spends about the first 14 minutes saying that the rapture has happened, you can have access to the throne, that the veil has been removed, that the man-child's been caught up, that you have this access, to set you up for this teaching that he's been doing for 6 years that we'll be examining also in another video that he recommends. So let's go ahead and take a look at what he does in this video and how unscriptural it is and what he's trying to do here.
Okay, so with these things, guys, how do we enter paradise? How do we enter heaven? You can see I have a table here. I have 2 cups, and I'm not going to go all the detail of this, but this is a simple way of you having coffee with Yahweh. Going back to the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve met with God every day in the garden. So how do we relate that to the physical world? Set up a chair, okay, for the Most High. Set up a coffee cup, okay. Pour him a cup of coffee, whatever time of day it is. Do this every day. Treat him like a person. Guys, let's get away from all this religion and all these rules. Treat him like a person and just talk to him. Ask him what he thinks. Shut up, okay? We talk too much. We want to ask God all these questions, whatever. Instead of asking all the questions about or talking about so much, just ask him how he is. What does he think? Develop your ear to hear the still small voice. That's what's most important, okay? And for many people, I've been teaching this for, 6 years. They will see him, okay? So what happens is you develop your ear, the sheep hear his voice, you develop your spiritual eyes, you begin to see in the spirit, you begin to see him, okay? I have a couple of videos on that called The Father's Desire and, Intimacy with the Lord, which I'll put links in the description field.
So what you're witnessing is Leeland introducing and teaching you a counterfeit ritual of the memorial meal, the memorial fellowship meal with Master Yeshua of the bread and the wine. Instead, he's using cup of coffee or cup of water, and this is completely strange because he's trying to create this ritual to get you to see God, literally see God. He's going to talk about how people see God in the chair sitting next to him, and all of these things. This is extremely disturbing. So now I have a video opened called Daily Time with the Lord in the Garden, Esther's Preparation. And here from 2016, we have Leeland teaching the same type of ritual that he is trying to get you to do to invoke some sort of spirituality, to see through some sort of veil into the spiritual realm. So this is what he claims. In that last video, if you saw, he claims that people see Elohim sitting next to him, and here he's going to say the same thing.
And what we're going to do is show you practical ways to meet with God, to talk with God, to hear his voice, okay? And one of the ways to do that is to know by faith, know by revelation that this is an appointment that God has had with man since the Garden of Eden. It says, who is the Son of Man that you visit him? And I think that's Hebrews chapter 1 or 2. So God literally will visit with you guys, okay? But it's in heaven. It's in the Garden of Eden. But it's the veil of heaven and earth is thin, and it's something that you can do practically. And I'm going to show you right here how to practically do things to be intimate with the Lord, to sit down with him. I encourage you to do something just like this, very similar. You can see it, this couch, this love seat, some kind of setting where you can find time just to be with the Lord. The time of day may be different for all of you, but that's why in this one I'm going to do glasses of water. My personal one is in the morning, and I do cups of coffee, just like this here. But again, I strongly encourage you to watch the other message. The reason being, guys, is you know how I love to teach, and I love to explain, what we're doing here. But in doing that, sometimes when I teach, you guys don't really understand what I'm saying unless I do it. So sometimes it's also very beneficial for me to, show you things like show you this couch, show you how the Lord has done it for me, and then you can do the same thing. You can find the same time of the day, meet with the Lord every single day, develop speaking to him and hearing his voice and being in communication, and not being so selfish and just say, Lord, what's on your heart today? What is it you want to talk about? How do you feel? Because we talk to other people like that, but we seem to think, God is some religious figure that we must always ask for things, and he gives us commands, and he's some kind of robotic relationship we have, right? But he's fun. The Lord loves you, and the Lord wants to do things like this. So what I'll do sometimes, guys, is I'll serve him water, serve him first, and pour him whether it be a glass of water or a cup of coffee, and just sit down with him. And in doing so, guys, you can develop your ear from hearing his voice. You can develop by getting quiet, eliminating distractions, and say, Lord, how was your day? And wait, because he'll answer you. And many of you will actually see him in doing this. Some of you may not believe what I'm saying, but it's possible, okay? Because all this I'm telling you, many people are doing this. And it is the message that I have for all of you to do practical things, to be intimate with the Lord.
So what a weird message that Leeland has for you, his viewers, to get you to see, to try to fabricate this spiritual ritual to open you up to this spiritual realm. So now that you've got to see two videos for yourself on the same teaching that Leeland teaches, very alarming things that he says. He says that he's being brought into spiritual places. He's saying that he sees the Lord next to him. He says he sees the Lord walking through the door to greet him. So what you witnessed is Leeland making Elohim into someone he is not, bringing the Most High, El, down to a man, a person, to ask him how he is, as if he has bad days. So this is a pure form of disreverence to the Most High. Elohim does not have any bad days like man does, because he is pure and without sin and dwells in light. Master Yeshua the Messiah, he is our high priest seated at the right hand of the Father. In Numbers chapter 23, verse 19, it says, God is not a man that he should lie, neither the Son of Man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? Hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good? In Psalm 50, verse 12, Yahweh Elohim says, if I were hungry, I would not tell you, for the world is mine and the fullness thereof. So why is Leeland asking God how his day is? Makes no sense to his character of who he is and his power. And then in Hebrews chapter 13, verse 8, it says that Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. There's no biblical instruction to talk to Elohim in this manner, pouring glasses of water or coffee, waiting for him to appear in the chair sitting next to you. This is borderline blasphemy, and teaching this is heresy. Leeland is trying to take rituals to bring you into spiritual realms, and that's not what this walk with Master Yeshua Messiah is about. So Leeland is the teaching of Leeland is actually contrary to how we're supposed to present ourselves before Elohim in prayer on a daily basis, at evening and at morning, and sometimes at noon. Daniel and David recorded also praying at noon, which is solar noon. Our communing with Yahweh Elohim is also with our Master's Supper, which is a memorial meal, not coffee or water. So my question is, who is this entity that Leeland sees with his eyes, who he's trying to get you to see with your eyes? Who is this entity that Leeland is communing with over coffee and water? Or better, what is the demon that Leeland is communing with? Because Leeland is delusional. And you're going to be delusional too if you receive Leeland's teachings. So not only is Leeland teaching this error and a false teacher, I've documented many times on his calendar where he's false, but here's a video of Leeland talking about his role to prepare you for the kingdom. So let's go ahead and see what Leeland has to say here. To gather the virgins to Shushan. Here his role as officer.
So guys, I want to just share a little bit with you, a little bit about, my role and what it is I'm doing. I might just seem to you like, oh, just some other person talking end times on YouTube. But it's important that you understand that I'm telling you the truth. I'm giving you the right interpretation. And I'm giving you orders. I'm giving you instructions. So I'm going to explain a little bit of my role as an officer before the courts of the Most High God. You'll see that there were officers that went out to the 127 provinces in Shushan to gather the virgins. So that's what I'm doing. So between right now, when I post this video, shortly wrapping up unleavened bread in the Passover season, we have now until the 6th month to gather the virgins to Shushan in the palace. And then begins Esther's year of preparation, okay? So guys, I have a new playlist called Esther's Preparation, all right? And in it, I'm going to be sharing things about how to prepare. What does this mean, So I'm going to give you some practical things as well. Because I know for a lot of you, you don't really, you can hear the water, but you can't hear his voice in the water. So how do you hear from God? How do you, begin to pick up on the different things? Because all kinds of stuff is going to happen with you guys. You're going to have strange coincidences because the angels are working very hard to get you ready, to get your attention, but you're just kind of, I don't know what's going on. But then you're going to see things like, what is this? What is that? So that's why I talk so much about the angels, because it's the order of those angels in the courts of heaven that I sit in. And I'm going to get orders. I'm going to say, hey, this is it. A lot of it, I'm going to tell you to repent, and the stuff that you're doing is wrong. And you probably won't listen to me at first until you get some negative judgments. Then you're going to say, oh, okay, maybe I should not do that anymore because there are curses coming on.
So if you saw his body language in this video, he really believes that he's giving you the right interpretations to the timing and these events. Even in my other videos regarding him, he's lying. He is delusional and he's wrong. He talked about there being a 6th seal happening. And I explained that in my video that he really did think that the 6th seal was this earthquake in Los Angeles a couple of months ago. And the guy's outright delusional. He says that the seals have already started opening. In this teaching right here, he tries to prove that the festival of Pentecost is not just a one-day festival, but rather a week-long festival, which is wrong. He's basically making these things up. He's made up his calendar calibration. The man's straight delusional. He thinks that he has a role to lead you, to help you out, when he really can't even help himself out because he's blinded by his pride. Now you're going to say, Nick, that's pretty mean of you to say that he's blinded by his pride. Well, here he is trying to get you to believe that you can get access to your quote-unquote new name. And even worse, he tries to get you to buy into his new name that he is the Son of Man, which is a title of the end-time messenger. The end-time lowercase Son of Man. He has two new names, he says. One that he can't tell anybody, and then one that he can share with you. And he says his new name is Ben Adam. Well, Ben Adam is actually a title given to Yeshua, but it's also the title for the end-time lowercase Son of Man, the lowercase Messiah that's to come, who's a prophet and a messenger, and yet he's trying to usurp this name by giving himself this title. So, and the fact that he has a name that he doesn't share with anybody, well, that's possibly because he believes that he's the Zerubbabel type. So let's go ahead and watch him talk about how his name is Ben Adam.
But guys, in this one, I want to challenge you guys on something. And some of you have been able to help you with some of these things for the overcomer. One of which is your new name. And many of you never even thought to ask or thought about this, but to he who overcomes will be granted to a new name. Now you may, I told you in one of the videos about the white stone that I wear. And with the white stone comes a name. And there's actually two places where it talks about the new name in the overcomers. One is the white stone, and one is the name of New Jerusalem. I believe it's to the church at Philadelphia. And it says, he will grant his new name, Yeshua's new name, the name of the city, which is New Jerusalem. And that is another new name. So I encourage you to ask for your new name. Ask for your new name. I have two. One of which is Ben Adam. Ben Adam. And Ben is son. Hi. And Adam is man. So it's simply son of man. See, even the birds are taking it apart here. So that's my new name. I also have another one which I don't share publicly. And that's related to the white stone because there's a name which you know and only you know. Okay? So I encourage you to ask the Lord for your new name. You may already know what it is. If you do, praise God. If you don't, I encourage you to ask for your new name. And, you know, it's amazing because what we can do is we can call each other by, you know, our new name. If you send me an email, my name's Leeland Jones in the natural, but you can call me Ben Adam. That's my name. It's funny because in English there's just two first names, right? But it's Ben, son, Adam, man, Adam. So we can talk that way. We can address one another with your new name.
Okay, so there you have it. That was pretty alarming right there. He called himself, his new name is the title of the Son of Man, Ben Adam. Ben Adam, which is Ben Adam, which means Son of Man, which is that end-time Elijah type. Also, he claims to have the white stone. And the name of the white stone is that's given to the Zerubbabel type. Yet Leeland is claiming this for himself. So here Leeland is pretending to be the Son of Man in this video. He's pretending to do a Nazarite vow where he completed it. But anybody that knows in the scriptures, Nazarite vows must be completed in Jerusalem. That's why Paul came back to Jerusalem to complete the Nazarite vow. But Leeland in this video is in Ethiopia doing his Nazarite vow, not in Jerusalem. Leeland is about to try to pretend like he's the Son of Man of Ezekiel. And he's told to cut your hair. But what Leeland forgot is, what he's about to read, that he's going to skip over, is he's also told to cut his beard. So let's go ahead and watch this video of Leeland pretending to be the Son of Man.
And you, son of man, take a sharp razor and take a knife, even a barber's razor, and cause it to pass upon your head, and your beard, and take the bounces and the weight, and burn it in the fire, a third part of the city, a third part of the seed, and a third part with the knife. And a third part you'll scatter to the wind. Okay, so I'm completing my Nazarite vow, and I'm now going to cut my hair.
Okay, I mean, that's all we need to see there. I mean, that is just super alarming of Leeland trying to complete a Nazarite vow in Ethiopia. Obviously, he didn't shave his beard. He didn't have a beard. And it has to be done here in Jerusalem. This is absolutely weird. Now, here in this video, Leeland in Ezekiel 12 is also trying to be and pretend to be the Son of Man. So let's go ahead and take a look at this.
The word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, which dwell in the midst of a rebellious house, which eyes to see and see not. They have ears to hear and hear not, for they are a rebellious house. Therefore, you son of man, prepare your stuff for removing. Remove by day in their sight, and thou shalt remove from your place to another, in their place in their sight, that they will also consider, though they are a rebellious house. Then you shall bring forth your stuff by day in their sight, and stuff for removing, and thou shalt go forth in the evening in their sight, and they shall go forth into captivity. Dig through the walls in their sight, and carry out therein. In their sight thou shalt bear upon your shoulders, and carry it forth in the twilight, and thou shalt cover thy face, and not see the ground. For I have set you for a sign unto the house of Israel.
Okay, so I think that's enough with this one there. And then the last one is him talking about him in his backpack here. And here's Leeland trying to elude to you, to his followers, that he's somebody special. Yet, again, he thinks that that earthquake was the sixth seal. He also thinks that that means that the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth seals have already happened. He also believes that a couple of trumpet judgments have already happened according to his calendar. I already talked about this is a dangerous teaching right here in this video. He tries to make that Shavuot is a week-long festival when it's just a one-day festival. It's very dangerous. So here's the last part about Leeland. And here he is trying to allude that he's just not some talking head here on YouTube. And he's trying to allude to you that he's somebody special because he claims to be Ben Adam. And it's crazy because some people actually call him Ben Adam in his comment section. But no, I don't think so, Leeland. You got that syndrome that Master Yeshua told us about. Many will come in my name saying, I am Messiah, lowercase m. Many will come in my name saying, I am he, who is the Son of Man, the coming Son of Man.
Now guys, see this backpack? I'll show you a video where I shared the significance of this backpack. I did something out of obedience to the Most High, where he told me to recite Ezekiel chapter 12 to the wicked and adulterous generation. He told me to, son of man, take your stuff for the day. Take your backpack. Okay, he said, go dig in the wall. Okay, we've shown you how we've been digging in the wall. Okay, around the fortress to see what is happening underneath, see what is hidden. Okay, so he told us this commandment. At the time, I didn't know what the wall was. I was just doing it out of obedience. It was almost 3 years ago. Okay, but he said, son of man, take your backpack. This is the very backpack I was wearing. I'll put a link in the description field for the video. Okay, so sometimes you just do things by faith, and the Most High was faithful to bring me to this place based on declaring that Ezekiel chapter 12 verse. Okay, so now I know what the wall is. I was taken to the wall. I saw the seat of Satan. We showed you that. We showed you the synagogue of Satan. Okay, son of man, dig in the wall. So we've had to dig in the wall. We've had to, look at what's happening, not obvious, underground. We've had to research. We've had to study many things. But many of you just think I'm just another talking head on YouTube. And I'm just telling you, man, God is faithful. He's brought me to this place for such a time as this.
So as you can see, Leeland is trying to become this Son of Man type. This is just absolutely crazy. What's crazier is the fact that Leeland, he always says we, never I. And he doesn't, when he speaks about himself, it's always we, as in what spirit is we that Leeland is with. So I hope that this is enough for you guys. I'm going to be doing a video on Yeshua's warning regarding the Elijah syndrome. Many are going to be coming in Yeshua's name saying that they are Messiah, the coming Messiah. There's going to be a small letter M, Messiah to come. Many are going to be coming in Yeshua's name saying, I am he. Speaking of the coming Messiah, the Elijah type that was prophesied to come, who's also the Son of Man type, who Leeland is clearly an imposter of. And if you're watching his channel, I watched some of Leeland's videos to keep up on what he is pushing out, keeping tabs on what he's pushing out. As I said, Leeland is delusional, and this delusion is because he's fornicating with some demonic spirits, and he's been deceived by pride. So watch out that you're not deceived. Be on guard from this man. So with that being said, watch out for Leeland. Watch out for his false teachings trying to get you to do his rituals, to get you into some sort of experience with God. Our experience with Elohim is about what we know, his word, his truth that is within us, his spirit. His words are spirit that are within us, that the spirit of truth confirms to us and comforts us with, and teaches us and guides us into all of his truth for his name's sake, for his glory. Hallelujah. And we're called to pray twice a day because we've been adopted. We are sons. We've been adopted in. Hallelujah. By the blood of Yeshua, we have been adopted in. We're not supposed to pour God a cup of coffee. We're supposed to get on our knees, bow down to the ground, lift up your faces to the heavens and your hands up to the heavens and pray to your Father in heaven. And rather than having a cup of coffee or water with God in the morning to commune with Yahweh Elohim, we are called to remember him by the memorial meal. Okay, supping with him over the bread and the wine as a memorial to remember. And that is a process. When you have a memorial meal, it takes time to eat the bread first without drinking anything, and then it tip on wine. Wine isn't something that you gulp down like water. It's something that you have to sip. Same thing with bread, that you don't have anything to chase it down with like water to chase it down. It takes time to eat. And through that time, as you're eating the bread and drinking the wine, you remember our sin, what Master Yeshua did for us. And what does he call us to do? If you love him, he says, keep my commandments. So we're supposed to do that out of love. And this memorial meal is to remember what he did for us. So please watch out and be on guard. You have all been warned of this man, of this imposter Son of Man. And like I said, Master Yeshua warned that there would be many imposters of the Son of Man. And you can tell them by what they teach. You can tell them by what they do. And again, Leeland, he says his role is an officer to get you prepared and to give you right teachings. And he really believes this. Look at the body language in the video. He really believes that his role is to get you prepared.
I might just seem to you like, just some other person talking end times on YouTube. But it's important that you understand that I'm telling you the truth. I'm giving you the right interpretation. And I'm giving you orders. I'm giving you instructions.
So he says he's giving us the truth. He says he's giving us the right interpretation, and he's giving us orders. And that is completely false. Proverbs 30 verse 6. Add thou not unto his words, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar. Yes, Leeland Jones is a liar. I fulfilled Matthew 18 process with the man. He's worse than an unbeliever or a tax collector to me, which means that I pity him even more. So, watch out and be warned. Mark him and avoid him.